What's going on, Joe fans? Syntax Collector here with another review. This time for Action Force Crimson Shadow. They put this in a shipper, which is good. This is the Praetorian Fury, which I already have a different version. So of course they're using Crimson Shadow because they can't use red shadows because Hasbro still has that one. That's why Val was able to steal Steel Brigade because Hasbro let that lapse. But red shadows are still being used in IDW Comics, which is now Skybound Image. But anyway, they still got red shadows. So that's why they had to go with Crimson Shadow Technologies. So again, this looks like another repaint, but with a bunch of accessories. I got this from Valaverse.com directly. So I got 3 action points here. Clip these because there are mail-aways. I think right now Pandora. There's a white Pandora version that's a mail-away or you can buy outright. Here's the file carding clip. So again, Hasbro missed the mark on this. They should still bring these in, but knowing Hasbro, they're stubborn. But yeah, this is a cool little box. I don't know if I bought this outright or if got this off restock or the Wounded. And if you don't like the pricing of, if you feel it's too expensive, if you look in the Wounded section, you can get some of this stuff for cheaper. So, but you know, I've been buying most of the Action Force. Let me get him out of this box. So in the plastic here, so we got, oh no, yeah, this is an insert. So if you want, you could pull this out and use this as a background if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. And then we've got tons of accessories. You can pull this out here. So you got this bottom tray with all these accessories we'll get into. So there's the bottom tray. And then the top tray in the plastic. So let me go ahead and crack them out.
The Action Force armored troop carrier is ambushed by Robo-Skull, Cobra Commander's ultimate weapon. Only the Triad fighter can draw its fire, while Duke and his buddies make their escape. The second part moves in. Robo-Skull is down but not out. And where will Cobra strike next? Action Force toy.
Alright, here we go. I do have the other Praetorian. So looks like this is probably a repaint. So here's the first one that I have on my distro shelf. So like something Mars would have made. We'll get into the breakdown of that. Coloring's cool though. I do like the coloring. Let's get into the accessories. What kind of drew my eye initially, I guess this, because it actually has 2 backpacks. This was super cheapy. It's like light and empty. Super light. But maybe that's why they're able to throw in some accessories. They were able to do the accessories cheaply. And I know this is supposed to be for basically this, like the flamethrower. But when I saw this color and this color, I've thought of, this is the Kickstarter Swarm. So I don't know if you could actually, you know, use it with this guy too. That's what I thought of when I saw this colorway, was this Swarm Trooper. It's probably impossible to get now, but I got him off the initial Kickstarter. I kind of wish I would have bought more. That's what I thought of when I saw this color. I don't remember what weapons loadout he had. And then this I 3D printed when I still had my resin printer. I think this was like supposed to be like a cable thing for cable, whatever. But I thought it looked good for him. But yeah, there's that. So we've got this removable mag, actually. Plastic. I mean, it's hard plastic. You're not really going to be able to bend it, but yeah, typical hard plastic. I don't know what type this is, like futuristic, like he custom made this, or if this is replicated off of like a P90 or something. Kind of looks like a futuristic mix with something like they got inspiration from like a P90 or something modern. And the display stand is cool. It's like see-through and green. I don't like these 6 pegs. I think that was overkill, so I'll probably give this to Benny. And then this slot back here is for the file card and the display stand. But these I usually always end up giving to Benny. But you can see it's see-through. It's a cool little display stand. And then we've got... Oh, he's got his armor bits here. So basically you can put it either... There's 2 holes on each arm. So if you want to do these little like armor shield things, or if you have more of these guys, you can add more of them. But yeah, they just plug right there. I'm not a big fan of those, but that's what that is. So obviously some came with this guy too. I don't remember what color, but yeah, but that's what those are. And then we've got a bunch of like small accessories here. So typical. I mean, that's one thing I'll give to Valaverse. Yeah, they may cost more, but you get a crap ton of accessories. So again, you got hands. You've got 6 pairs of hands. Your typical closed fists, slightly like smack your mama hands, and then like these like other pistol grip type hands. You got 3 sets of hands there. And then they gave a bunch of little blast effects. I have like a whole bag of these things. You guys been giving them to Benny because he loves these blast effects. I have so many now. We got these little like blast effects. And I give these to Benny too because he likes these bullets. But these bullets that you can basically, we won't call them discharged bullets, I guess. If you have like this, I guess if you wanted to have that effect going on, or another type of figure that you could use the discharge of the bullets there. You think it would have had 2, one coming in and then discharge going out, but not so much there. But got 2 of those. And then you've got these different fire effects. You got, I guess it's fire effects or blast effects or something, but 2 of these are pretty big, that go, like you could do it on either, I guess you could do it maybe on the edge of, oh, that's why maybe they did so many here, because you got 3 holes on this particular weapon, so you could do potentially 3 blast effects. Maybe. Yeah, you could get 3 blast effects on the edge of that particular. Oh, this actually spins too. I like this one. Maybe this was supposed to be. Oh, it doesn't fit there. It should fit on this one. Yeah. So that gives you that blast effect look on that one. So it actually goes on this one. It's not a fire effect, it's a blast effect, because this is fire. So you have these for the fire effect, or you could use it with torch or any other classified figure. But there's your fire effect off these blowtorch looking things, or weapon that's supposed to be. So you got 2 of these, and these are good size. You can see it's like the size of his legs. That's good sized. Flame effects. These are good quality. And then if we go back to these feel cheapy chonga too. Like they're super light. They feel like hollow. Oh, so we got, okay, so he's got the hose. That's for the hoses. So we got, let's put that here. So that's that, and that's that. Okay, so they did 2 setups here. So basically it's like a heavy duty thing where you got 2 of these ammo clips. You don't see bullets, so the direction doesn't matter. And you got holes here. Again, this backpack feels super chintzy and cheap. And normally Action Force backpacks are pretty solid, but these are like super cheapy chonga feeling. So he's got this backpack. Boy, it plugs in well to the back. A lot of backpacks don't fit well. So this dude's kind of like the heavy gunner This is something you could set up on like via like your battle android troopers from classified. You could set that up on a bat. There's only handles on here. And then this, like I said, this rotates here, which is cool. It kind of reminds me of like a heavy gunner. And then it fits. Okay, so there's two holes. There's one here where you feed your ammo clip. And then here, I thought there had been a discharge. So yeah, so this is the discharge here. That makes more sense. You got smaller here for the discharge bullets for that effect. And then you got your ammo clip that's going to feed into there. But it doesn't really stay. So there's the discharge outward. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so they are specific to direction per se. So if you did your discharge, the discharge, you're going to want your bullets going away from you. And then the input is up underneath like that. But it just doesn't want to stay. How does he hold it? Oh, that whole setup's kind of stupid. Thought it was good, I guess. And then if we go to the other backpack, so this is the flamethrower backpack. So I'm assuming this is going to be top up there. And you're going to have your hoses connecting. These hoses remind me of kind of what was with Televiper. What was it? Yeah, I think Televiper, Technoviper, one of the Vipers that we just got classified. And then here it's going to make sense because then it'll plug back in here. And then you've got an actual handle. And if you're having problems with Action Force, sometimes you just have to heat figures up. This hand's actually were pliable, so I didn't have to heat anything up. It'd be like that. It's kind of weird. But then why didn't they do that for these? That would have made sense to have a handle. There's no handle. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, so there he is with the flamethrower. But you get the general idea. I'm not gonna. But the backpacks do fit really well and snug on this one. Classified as hit or miss with the backpacks. And then if we look at the other Praetorian, so we can see, it says like mags coming out. Yeah, like that mag got loose. It's about to fall out. But yeah, looks like back to being Captain Repaint here. Yeah, it's just a complete repaint. And nothing's changed. He just added like the highlight colors there. Oh yeah, and he's got a pistol as well. Again, like a futuristic type pistol. And then, like I said, mags. He's got 3 extra mags over here. So I like how they did that. So again, you even have more accessories on the figure itself during the unboxing. And then this one, they gave him a star on the chest for red shadow. Crimson shadow technology. Oh, he's got the star over here. They just switched the. But yeah, it's just a straight up repaint. But these are cool figures, man. You could army build stuff like this, or to supplement or complement your bat, or if you had like, if you create your own Red Shadows team with Black Major, and then Monster Force is also bringing out Red Shadows type figures, which I'll show in a minute here. So And I would love to see if Hasbro's gonna do any Red Shadow stuff. But yeah, it's a repaint. But nonetheless, it's a cool figure. Like I said, it's definitely a cool bat type supplement, or if you're gonna create your own Red Shadows team. Action Force, people always ask me, oh, is that a knockoff? No, it's its own toy line. It fits in great with Joe's. I have nothing bad to say about Action Force in general. By Valley, just stuff like this. He can become Captain Repaint at times, sometimes, but you know, it's pretty cool. You didn't have to buy it. I bought it just because I thought it was cool, and I have most of the Action Force, and you have to hop on Action Force quick, because once it hits the secondary market, don't forget about it. You're paying through the nose for anything. But the details on this thing is just super cool. If you haven't seen my other video, like I said, it's very cyborg, android-ish, like the bat. So that's why I said it fits in with the bats. A little armor here, swappable hands, got articulation here. So not ankle roll, but you got ankle. But again, this is an android, so you're not going to expect, quote-unquote, a whole lot of articulation. Got double jointed knees. There's no upper leg, or wait, speak again, there is upper leg movement. It was hidden there for a minute from me. And then you've got movement here, and you've got upper chest, upper body movement, which you don't see that a whole lot in most figures. So you got good movement there. Like I said, swappable hands, wrist movement, double jointed elbows, and we got movement here in the upper arm. You've got full rotation in the arm, nothing's in the way. And then we've got like almost a 90-degree for the arm. It's just some butterfly joints. He actually gets decent backwards for a movement. If you wanted to, you could probably pop this out, and you can see in here you could cut something out with the scalpel or something there if you wanted more rotation. Now I've got my arm all wonky, but we'll fix that in a minute. I do there. Anyway, we got head rotation, left, right. Nothing up, down, but you got left, right. Yeah, absolutely nothing up, down. Swappable heads. But yeah, they gave this guy a killer loadout. If you don't like Action Force, fine, skip it. I just like to show you guys figures that are out there that you may not be aware of. A lot of people aren't aware of the Action Force. But yeah, let's jump to my shelf real quick, and I'll show you some other stuff. So here I have my Black Major. This is another Action Force, Crimson Shadow. And then here, these guys, the Monster Force guys, are basically supposed to be Red Shadows. Then back there I had the other Praetorian behind the bats and that little thing. I may make like a bat charging station soon. But Monster Force, as you can see, sizes up just well. There's Action Force. This is actually made out of Blade Marvel Legends. But Action Force sizes up just fine with Joe's, as you can see. So like I said, there goes the Action Force Crimson Shadow Technologies Praetorian Fatal Fury. Sorry, Praetorian Fury. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.